Diamond Sports Group is the largest owner of regional sports networks and is in danger of going bankrupt. And here's the problem. They currently own the broadcast rights of over 40 professional sports teams and have contracts with Major League Baseball, the NHL, and the NBA. So here to discuss how this could impact the fans is New York Post media columnist Andrew Marchand. Andrew, let's get into it because this is perplexing to me. How did Bally Sports even get into this position?
Well, they're over leveraged, it looks like, and this filing that they just had, it's bankruptcy protection, and so how'd they get into this? Well, they bought these regional sports networks years ago. They used to be Fox Sports's, and then when Fox sold a lot of assets to Disney, it was ruled by the government that Disney couldn't own the regional sports networks because they have ESPN and they'd be a monopoly. So Sinclair was able to purchase them. But it hasn't worked out, and it has a lot of teams and leagues nervous about what's next, because what happens now in bankruptcy protection and potentially bankruptcy is they're not going to be able to pay their bills. Now, it's not going to affect teams here in New York, Yankees with the Yes Network, the Mets with SNY, but around baseball, for example, there's 14 teams that have deals with Bally's, and they may not get paid, or they may not get paid in full at the moment. And so where that goes is going to be very interesting, because the Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NHL, they could claw back those rights. And then maybe they look to streaming, maybe they look to produce them on their own, but there's not really a clean answer to all of this.
All right, so there's no clean answer, and it looks like some of the leagues are trying to get ahead of this. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred made a statement regarding the situation, and the NHL just released their own press release. So what do you think the MLB, the NHL, and NBA are going to do if worse comes to worse?
Well, they're not excited about it. I know that for certain, because the way the RSNs are set up, it's a great deal for teams and leagues. If you look at baseball, hockey, and the NBA as compared to football, for example, NFL is king, but NFL only plays one game a week. What baseball, especially with 162 games, and then hockey and the NBA with 80 plus regular season games, they provide a lot of tonnage, and the RSNs pay a lot to broadcast these games. And so I think what could come to fruition is that these teams could be available, their games locally, and then in terms of digitally, and then also maybe the blackout rule, which has kind of been a issue to a lot of fans, they could go by the wayside. But ultimately, for these teams and these leagues, the big issue is they probably and almost definitely, at least in the near term, won't be able to make as much money as they once did with these RSNs. So it's going to be a big deal, and how it unravels and comes to a conclusion is going to be interesting to watch, and something the leagues, Sinclair and Diamond Sports, and these local teams that have rights with them are trying to figure out.
Well, we're only a couple of days into this grace period for them filing for that bankruptcy, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information coming out of this. So we'll be coming back to you. Andrew Marchand, thanks for your time.
Thank you.